Welcome, dear viewers. We hope you are in good health. Have you ever found yourself pausing at the bottom of a staircase, gathering your strength for the climb? Or perhaps you've noticed that getting up from your favorite armchair requires a little more effort than it used to. You might feel an unexplained ache or weakness in your legs after a short walk, even on a good day. If any of this sounds familiar, I want you to know you are not alone, and the next few minutes could change the way you think about your health forever. Look at your hands. These are the hands that have built a life, held loved ones close, and crafted a lifetime of memories. Your legs are just as precious. They have carried you through every chapter of your story. But what happens when the very things we believe are nourishing us might be contributing to our discomfort? It's a frustrating and often confusing experience. Many people over 60 diligently eat what they've always been told are healthy foods, including a variety of fruits, yet they still face growing challenges with mobility, joint stiffness, and leg pain. Today, we're going to unravel a complex topic that affects millions. We'll explore why some widely celebrated fruits, despite their reputation, might be making your journey with joint pain and inflammation more difficult. We aren't here to create a list of forbidden foods. Instead, our goal is to empower you with deeper knowledge so you can make the best choices for your unique body. Stay with me as we navigate the science behind how our bodies process food as we age and uncover the nutritional strategies that can help restore your strength and put that spring back in your step. Disclaimer. This video is for educational purposes only. The information provided is not a substitute for professional medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment. Always seek the advice of your physician or another qualified health provider with any questions you may have regarding a medical condition. Talk to your doctor or a registered dietitian before changing your diet or starting any new health regimen. All scientific sources used in this video are in the description. The conversation around diet and aging is often oversimplified. We're told, eat your fruits and vegetables, and while that is excellent advice, it lacks the nuance we need as our bodies change. After the age of 60, our metabolism shifts, our insulin response can become less efficient, our blood vessels may be more sensitive, and the way our liver processes certain sugars, like fructose, can change. This can lead to a state of low-grade chronic inflammation, which is a key driver of many age-related health issues, especially the stiffness and pain in our joints. The question isn't whether fruit is good or bad, it's about which fruits, in what quantities, are best for you right now. Let's begin by understanding a crucial concept, the glycemic index, or GI. The glycemic index is a scale that ranks carbohydrate-containing foods by how much they raise your blood sugar levels. Foods with a high GI are digested and absorbed quickly, causing a rapid spike in blood sugar. Over time, frequent blood sugar spikes can lead to insulin resistance, a condition where your cells don't respond well to insulin, leaving more sugar in your bloodstream. This excess sugar can promote inflammation throughout the body, aggravating conditions like arthritis and contributing to that feeling of heaviness and pain in your legs. With that in mind, let's look at our first fruit. Mangoes are often called the king of fruits for their delicious tropical sweetness. They are packed with vitamins A and C, which are powerful antioxidants. However, mangoes are also at the top of the list when it comes to natural sugar content. A single cup of mango can contain over 22 grams of sugar. For an aging metabolism that may already be struggling with insulin sensitivity, this high sugar load can send blood sugar levels soaring. This rapid spike often leads to an inflammatory response. If you have pre-existing joint pain or arthritis, this inflammation can settle in your most vulnerable areas, your knees, hips, and ankles, making them feel more stiff and sore. This doesn't mean you can never enjoy a mango again, but it does mean that being mindful of portion size is critical. Treating it as a special indulgence rather than a daily staple may be a wiser approach for managing inflammation. Next, let's talk about grapes. Grapes are easy to eat, full of antioxidants like resveratrol, and seem like a perfectly innocent snack. The issue with grapes lies in their high concentration of fructose. Fructose is a type of sugar that is processed almost entirely in the liver. When the liver is overwhelmed with more fructose than it can handle, it begins converting it into other compounds, including uric acid. High levels of uric acid are the direct cause of gout, a painful form of inflammatory arthritis characterized by sudden, severe attacks of pain, often in the big toe. Even if you don't have full-blown gout, elevated uric acid can contribute to a more generalized feeling of joint achiness and that burning, throbbing pain that can interrupt your sleep and make the following day more challenging. If you experience mysterious foot or ankle pain, especially at night, it might be worth considering your intake of high fructose foods like grapes. Now for a classic summer treat, watermelon. Watermelon has a reputation for being healthy because it's over 90% water and contains beneficial compounds like lycopene. You might be surprised to learn that it has a very high glycemic index, around 72 to 80. This means the sugar in watermelon hits your bloodstream very quickly. However, this is a perfect example of why we need to look beyond a single number. Because watermelon is mostly water, the actual amount of sugar per serving is relatively low. This is a concept known as glycemic load, which accounts for both the quality and quantity of carbs. Watermelon's glycemic load is low. The original text presented this in an alarming way, but the science is more nuanced. The risk isn't as high as with other sugary foods, but if you are highly sensitive to sugar or eat a very large portion, you could still experience a blood sugar spike. The key, once again, is moderation. Pineapple is another tropical fruit celebrated for a specific health benefit. It contains bromelain, a powerful enzyme with well-documented anti-inflammatory properties. This creates a paradox. How can an anti-inflammatory fruit potentially cause issues? The answer lies in the balance between its benefits and its other properties. Pineapple is also very high in both sugar and acid. For some individuals, especially those with osteoarthritis, the high sugar content can still trigger an inflammatory response that may outweigh the benefits of bromelain. It's a case of a person's individual biochemistry. Think of it this way. The bromelain might be trying to put out a fire, but the sugar is simultaneously adding fuel to it. If you love pineapple but find your joints feel worse after eating it, this might be why. What about the humble banana? Praised for its high potassium content, which is vital for heart health and blood pressure regulation, bananas are a daily staple for millions. However, they are also dense in carbohydrates and sugars that are digested quickly. For someone who is already managing pre-diabetes or insulin resistance, conditions that become more common with age, a daily banana, especially on its own, can contribute to the cycle of blood sugar spikes and crashes. This can weaken circulation over the long term and increase inflammation, leading to that familiar dull ache when climbing stairs or a general feeling of heaviness in the legs. You don't have to banish bananas, but pairing them with a source of protein or healthy fat, like a handful of nuts or a scoop of yogurt, can slow down sugar absorption and prevent that sharp spike. Oranges and orange juice are synonymous with vitamin C, a crucial antioxidant for immune function and skin health. However, the original text warns about citric acid causing joint irritation. It's important to clarify this point. For the vast majority of people, the citric acid in oranges is not a problem. In fact, the vitamin C and anti-inflammatory flavonoids in oranges can be very beneficial for joint health. However, in a very small subset of individuals with a specific sensitivity, high acid foods can anecdotally worsen symptoms. The more significant concern, particularly with orange juice, is the concentrated sugar. When you drink a glass of juice, you are consuming the sugar of several oranges without the fiber that would normally slow its absorption. This causes a significant blood sugar spike, which, as we've learned, can drive inflammation. Choosing a whole orange over a glass of juice is always the better option. Finally, let's consider green apples. Often perceived as a healthier, lower sugar alternative to red apples, they are still a source of sugar and malic acid. The idea that malic acid irritates aging tissues is not strongly supported by scientific evidence. Similar to citric acid, this is likely only a concern for a few sensitive individuals. The more significant concern, particularly with lower sugar fruits like green apples, is the sugar content. While lower than many other fruits on this list, it's not insignificant. The key message remains consistent. No single fruit is an enemy, but an over-reliance on any fruit without balancing it in a well-rounded diet can contribute to the metabolic issues that underlie chronic pain and inflammation. Now, let's shift our focus to the positive. What are the healing alternatives that can actively support your mobility? Let's build a diet that fights for your independence. Topping the list are berries. Blueberries, raspberries, strawberries, and blackberries. These small fruits are true nutritional powerhouses. They are exceptionally low in sugar and have a very low glycemic index, meaning they won't spike your blood sugar. More importantly, they are bursting with antioxidants called anthocyanins, which are potent anti-inflammatory compounds that have been shown to improve circulation and reduce joint stiffness. Cherries, particularly tart cherries, are another fantastic choice. They have been studied extensively for their ability to lower uric acid levels in the blood, making them a powerful tool for preventing gout attacks and reducing joint pain. A moderate serving of cherries can provide relief and support your body's natural anti-inflammatory processes. Don't forget about avocados. While often mistaken for a vegetable, avocados are a fruit rich in monounsaturated fats. These healthy fats are essential for lubricating joints and are powerfully anti-inflammatory. They also help stabilize blood sugar when eaten with other foods, making them a perfect addition to any meal. Other wonderful options include papaya, which contains the enzyme papain that helps reduce inflammation, and pears, which offer gentle sweetness and fiber without overwhelming your system. So, what does this all mean for you? It means you have the power to change your story. This knowledge is not about fear, it's about freedom. The freedom to understand your body and make choices that serve you. Imagine waking up 30 days from now and your legs feel lighter. You walk to the kitchen and you notice the stairs feel just a little bit easier. This is not a fantasy. It is a reality for thousands who have shifted their nutritional focus from simply healthy to metabolically healthy for my age. True health is not about radical elimination. It's about smart substitution and moderation. Instead of a daily banana, perhaps you have it 3 times a week paired with walnuts. Instead of a large bowl of grapes, you enjoy a small handful of cherries. You swap your morning orange juice for a whole orange, or even better, a bowl of vibrant blueberries. These small, consistent changes send a powerful signal to your body, reducing the inflammatory load and giving it a chance to heal. Your journey to stronger legs and greater independence starts with a single step. The choice you make today echoes in your future. Do you want to be chasing your grandchildren in the park or watching from a bench? Do you want to explore a new city on foot or worry about how far you can walk? That choice is made in your kitchen, one meal at a time. This is the beginning of your story of taking back control. You are not just changing your diet, you are changing your destiny. Your legs have carried you through a lifetime of incredible moments. They deserve to carry you through many more. Let's protect them, honor them, and choose the foods that love them back. If this information has been valuable to you, please support our channel by hitting that like button, subscribing, and clicking the notification bell. This helps us continue to create content that can transform health and empower viewers like you.